Well, earlier I said we looked at some zero rates when we priced the 2-year 6% semi. And I made a note saying, don't worry, we'll show you how to calculate these, how to calculate zero rates later on from coupon paying bonds. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So let's say that we have time to, here's some rates that we've looked up. Here's some time to maturity, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 1.5 years, and 2 years. And we were able to find zero coupon bonds for the 3 month, the 6 month, and the 1 year, which we should be able to do because you will recall that a T-bill has a life of less than 1 year. It's a money market security. All money market securities are sold at a discount. They all mature at par. Therefore, they are all zeros. Whatever the implied rate on that, it's zero. So we're going to buy it at 97.5. We're going to receive no coupon payments. It's simply going to mature at 100. So it's easy to see that we can calculate what the zero rate on that one is. So let's do that. For the 3 month zero rate, it's going to mature at 100 equals 97.5. And we're going to move forward in time. We're going to continuously compound this at some rate R times N, which is 0.25. So we're going to continuously compound this until we get there. So how do we solve for R? Well, we divide both sides by 97.5. And if we do that, I'll get 1.02564 will equal E R times 0.25. And if I take the natural log of both sides, I will get ln 1.02564, and I will just get the power term here, which is 0.25R. And at this point, all I have to do is solve for R. Just find the natural log of this divided by 0.25, which is the same as multiplying it by 4, and I'll find that R equals 0.10127. Again, it's important that you know how to get from here to here on your own. It is important, so I'm going to show you how to do these things. I'm not going to do it for each one. I've showed you once. So what we can do is put this in as 0.10127. Well, we can do the same thing here. For the 6 month rate, we can do the same thing. And what do we get? We have 100 equals, and here we're only paying 94.9, and we're continuously compounding times 0.5 because it's for 6 months. And we can solve this one, and when we do, we get 0.10469. So far, this isn't complicated. You're probably looking at this saying, yeah, but I can do that. These are zero rates. Of course, they're zero rates. But before we can calculate the 1.5 year rate, we're going to need all the rates in front of it. So we must now calculate the 1 year zero rate. And that's just 100 equals, what's the price? 90 e to the r. And what's the period? 1, so it's just e to the r. And we will find that that will give us 0.10536. All right, so you should be able to find zeros up to that point. That's easy enough. You should be able to find zeros up to there. You can look around for strip bonds or other liquid bonds that are zero coupon to see whether or not you can fill in more of this, but let's just say you can't. That's as far as you go. Well, how do I find the 1.5 year zero rate when it doesn't exist and all I have is the coupon paying bond? Well, hey, good question, right? Well, let's do the 1.5 year. And the 1.5 year is, what's it going to mature? We use the same formula here. What's it going to mature at? It's going to mature at 100 equals, what are we going to get for it? Well, this is an annual, the annual coupon is 8 on this one. It's 1.5 years, so this is a semi-annual. We're going to get 4. If it's 8 per year, we're going to get 4 every 6 months. So we'll get $4 in 6 months from now. So we're going to want to discount this at the 6 month zero rate. Well, what is the 6 month zero rate? Here it is right here. At the negative 0.10469 times 0.5. Plus we're going to get another $4, and we're going to want to discount that at the 1 year spot, which here it is right here, negative 0.10536 times 1. plus we're going to get $104 in a year and a half from now, and we're going to want to discount that at the 1.5 year spot rate, which we do not know. So there is the variable we're trying to solve for. We make that R times 1.5. Well, you can use a calculator to solve for that. You can use a calculator to solve for that. So what would we get? When you solve for this and bring it over to the other side, we end up with 88.6039952 equal to 104 e to the negative r times 1.5. Divide both sides by 104 to get rid of this and move the e over to this side, e, and we'll just put negative 1.5 r because that's what we have here, equals 0.85196. Natural log of both sides will give us negative 1.5 r equal to 0.85196. Divide through by negative 1.5, r will equal negative ln 0.85196 over 1.5. The two negatives will cancel. If you key in 0.85196 and hit the natural log key, you'll get a negative number. Hit the negative sign to take out the negative, you'll get a positive. Divided by 1.5, we get 0.106800932. So we can fill in this number, 0.10681, and there's the 1.5 year. So now we have to find the 2 year. Notice that you cannot find the 2 year zero until you know all the zeros before it, because each zero is used to discount each of the cash flows. Let's say that we didn't know the 1 year zero. Then we would end up with a one variable on this term and a different variable on this term, so we have two unknowns. Well, you can't solve for the two unknowns. We need one unknown. So now we're ready to do the 2 year. So we just do the same thing, except what changes? Well, this time here we're using 6 instead of 12, 6 instead of 4, because its annual coupon is 6, and these are semi-annuals. So this will turn into a 6, and when we get to the last one, then it will be R. The 106 will be e to the negative r times 2. So we'll have 4 terms in this one. If you do it, if you work your way through, you'll get 0.10808. So that's how simple it is. You just look in the money market, and the money market ends right about the 1 year, and you should be able to easily find zeros. Once you've found zeros, then it's just a matter of saying, well, let's find a bond that has a term to maturity of 18 months left, as close to 18 months as possible. If we can't find a zero for an 18-month zero, let's find an 18-month bond that's left, and we can calculate the zero rate from that based on all the previous zero rates. Once we have that, we can find a 24-month, a bond with 24 months left to maturity, even if it's coupon paying, and we can calculate the zero rate on that, on and on and on and on and on. So determining your zero rates from your money market securities followed by a series of coupon paying bonds is fairly straightforward, but it's incremental. You can only go one period at a time, all the way down, all the way through. So you couldn't calculate the 2.5 year spot until you knew the 2 year. You can't calculate the 2 year till you know the 1.5 year.